Okay, in this video, we're going to do all the midterm review problems from the opening unit. So the first one says to write the equation of a line in point-slope form through the following 2 points. Okay, so let's look at that. First thing we're going to do is get our slope, and it's changing y, so I'm going to say 5 minus 2 over change in x. This is going to be negative 2 minus a minus 8. Okay, so that's going to be 3 in the top. Negative 2 plus 8 is a positive 6. So my slope is 1/2. Okay, since they asked for the point slope form, we're going to have 2 possible options. So let me write both of them for you. The first one is going to be y minus 2 equals 1/2 x plus 8, and that's using this point. And the second one is y minus 5 equals 1/2 x plus 2, and that's using that point. Either answer is fine. Next question. Write the equation of the line parallel to this line. So what I need to know right away is that my slope is 7. And if it has to go through this point, I'm going to use point slope form again. So I'm going to get y minus, in this case, the y is a negative 3, so that's going to make this a plus, and that's going to equal, my slope is 7, and this is x minus 6. So again, this point slope form is the easiest form to write our answers in. Okay, next question says write the equation of the line perpendicular to this line. Okay, so from this line I'm underlining in red, I know that the perpendicular slope is going to be the negative reciprocal of the current slope. So that's going to be negative 1/6. If it has to go through that point, why not keep with this line, form of a line that we've been working with, the point slope form, because it is great. So it's going to be y minus 1 equals negative 1/6 times x minus a minus 2, so that's going to be plus 2. Done. Okay, write the equation of the line parallel to this. Okay, so this can be tricky. So this is what I would tell you to do. Get a sense of what line would possibly be parallel to this line that's in x equals. So if I'm over here at negative 6, this is the line that I want. Okay, that's the line that's the guide of the parallel world. Okay, then through the point 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If it's going to go parallel to that current line, then it's going to go right through an x value of 2. Because remember, this point was 2, 3. So that line is going to be x equals 2. Okay, don't get fooled by those kind of questions. Sketch it out, and the answer will jump out at you. Okay, next one is write the equation of the line perpendicular to x equals negative 8. Okay, same drill. So here's my xy axis. Here's where the line negative 8 would be. And I need something that's parallel, and it has to go through the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if it's going to be perpendicular and not parallel, it's going to look like this. Okay, so if this point is 4, 3, by sketching it out, I see my answer is the line y equals 3. Okay, because this is where the 3 is, and that's certainly going to hit the green line, the first line I drew, in a fashion that will form a right angle, which is what makes it perpendicular. Okay, Next one, find the x and y intercepts of this line and then graph the line. Okay, so if I want to find the x and y intercepts, when I want to find the y-intercept, if you think about that, I know that where I have a y-intercept, my x will equal 0. So plug in a 0, and you will get negative 3y equals 6. Divide, divide. So y is going to equal negative 2. Okay, plot that point. Next one. If I want an x-intercept, that happens where y is 0. So plug in a 0 for your y. So 2x equals 6. So x will equal 3. Here's where x is 3. I'm going to connect the dot, the 2 dots, and draw a line, and that's the line I needed to graph. Okay, this is the line 2x minus 3y equals 6, and I got it by figuring out my x and my y intercepts. Okay, find the rate of change in the initial value and then graph. Okay, so this right here, including my negative, is the rate of change. My triangle means change. Here is the initial value. It's your y-intercept. Okay, so let's plot that point. Here's my initial value. Then if I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, when I connect those dots, I will get a straight line that has a negative slope. And that is what I'm looking for. Okay? Okay, now they want us to use the table to the right to answer the questions. What is the rate of change of the function? Okay, so let me just look and see. That goes up by 1, by 1, by 1. This 2, this is 2, this is 2. Okay, so let's figure out the rate of change is the change in y over change in x. So my f of x, remember that's my y. So I'm going to say 10 minus 8 over negative 1 minus 0. 10 minus 8 is 2. Negative 1 minus 0 is negative 1. So the rate of change is negative 2. What's the initial value of the function? So let's think about this. If I have a function, the initial value happens where I have a y value, but I have an x that's 0. I have that on my chart right here. So my initial value is the y value of 8. So what is this equation? In the form y equals mx plus b. So y, keep that generic, equals 8 times, excuse me, I don't want 8. Well, yeah, I can do 8. Okay, well, let me not do that. Let me back up for a second. Let's do the slope, which is negative 2x plus 8. I just wanted to follow this form exactly so you can see where I got my values from. Okay, so the slope I calculated, the initial value I got from the chart, and I was all set to go. Okay, last thing. Let's write the interval notation for the following expressions. So when x is greater than 7, that means that I'm going to start near 7, and I reflect that by using a paren, and I can go all the way to infinity. Okay, x has to be less than or equal to negative 1. So that means that my x is going to be really low, and it can come up to, and it can equal, negative 1. Okay, so x is greater than 2 and x is less than or equal to 3. So let's see how we're going to do that. If x is greater than 2, so I'm going to have a 2, and it's going to be greater than that, and it's going to go all the way to 3, and it's going to be equal to that. So does that make sense? Is x greater than 2? Yes. And is it x less than or equal to 3? Yes. So we're good. Okay, look at this. I have negative 2 is less than or equal to x, and x is less than 0. Okay, so I'm going to go and start at negative 2. Now, is that true? Reading it from the x's perspective, is x going to be greater than or equal to negative 2 if I have it on the left like this? Yes, it is. And I can't equal 0, but I can come very close to it, so I use a paren. Okay, so that's the Unit 1, the opening unit material for the midterm. Hopefully that helped.